Good evening, students. So today we will start the new first chapter of second PUC physics, that is electric charges and fields. That is part 1. Okay. So till in conductors and in insulators I'll be discussing. So you can see in this picture here there is static electricity. So you can see the static electricity. A finger is pointed on this charged surface. So when it just touches this charged surface, you can see here the charges here, the motion of the field you can see. So like a thunder, how there will be lightning in the sky, so same way there is a like lightning effect on this surface. And here also you can see a boy whose hair is moving upwards, even though in gravity, due to gravity our hair will be downwards, right? But when he touches a vibrating body, this is a vibrating body, so charges will be formed on the surface of this object, and it is moved to on the surface of his body of that kid, and it transfers to the hair. As the hair is very light, so the charges will be residing on his hair. So all these hair will be moving outwards away from him. Okay. So this is the effect of the electric charge or static electricity. Okay. So let us start with the contents. So here today I will see introduction of electric charges and fields. Then we'll see the definition of the electric charge and types of the charge, and conductors and insulators. So till here I will be discussing in this part 1 section. So in the part 2 section I will be discussing Goldie electroscope method of charging and Coulomb's law. Okay. So let us start with the static electricity introduction. So in the introduction we have the definition of the electrostatics. So in electrostatics we have electric field, forces and electrostatic potential due to charges at rest. So at rest means it is known as the static charges. Follow? Okay. So the charges at rest are known as the static charges. So it is a branch of physics which deals with the study of electric forces, electric charge, electric field, electric charge and electrostatic potential, okay, which are caused due to the charges at rest or the static charge. So in the figures you can see here, and also it is also known as the static electricity. This branch is also known as not only electrostatics, it is known as the static electricity or frictional electricity. So as you know that this whatever electricity is caused, that is due to friction in the insulators, not the conductors, they are the insulators. So here in the first figure you can see a comb is attracting the papers. The comb is also an insulator. The paper pieces are also insulators. So how come the papers will be attracted towards the comb? So that we are going to see here. Okay. Then here, as I have told in the first beginning of the chapter, the boy who just touches the vibrating thing here, a box, okay, metal box. So these charges will be residing on his body, and the hair is moving outwards. It is like fun for him, right? Okay. Now here also in the simple diagram you can see here static electricity caused due to the balloon. So balloon is also a insulator, and there are paper pieces attracting the balloon. Okay. Now static electricity. So whenever you blow a balloon and if you bring to a surface, tries to stick here because the surface will be positively charged due to friction. It has positive charge, the surface, and the balloon surface will be having the negative charge. There is attraction between this surface and the balloon. Okay, because we know that unlike charges attract each other. Okay, so in the introduction we have seen what is electrostatics. Electrostatics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of electric forces, electric fields, and electrostatic potential caused due to charges at rest. Okay, so this is the introduction. So now let us see the definition of the electric charge. So it is defined as the physical quantity of matter which causes it to experience a electric force when placed near other matter. So when a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth and glass rod acquires the property of the repelling another glass rod. Okay, so this diagram I will show in the polarity. So this is the electric charge. So we will see how many types of charges are there. There are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge. The choice of these names, that is positive and negative, is by convention, and it was given by Benjamin Franklin, a great physicist, who called charges on the glass rod rubbed with silk as positive and the charges on the rubber rod rubbed with fur as negative. Okay, so he gave the names as positive charge and negative charge. So conventionally a body which loses a charge it has the positive charge, and the substance or the atom which gains the electron or the charge is taken as a negative charge. Okay, now let us go to the polarity. So here in the diagrams you can see here a glass rod is being rubbed with a silk cloth and it gains the negative charge, and here is the glass rod, it gains the positive charge, the silk cloth gains the negative charge, and another glass rod is rubbed with the rubber rod is rubbed with the fur, it gains the negative charge. So here in both the cases they are insulators, they are not conductors. So the main electrification which causes them the static charges to reside on their surface is due to friction. So we are rubbing is nothing but friction, right? Okay, now let us see the polarity of the charges. So polarity is nothing but the positive or negative charge of the two charges. So polarity of a charge is a property which helps to differentiate the two types of charges, that is positive and negative charge. So if there are no charge, then we call that substance to be neutral. Okay, all the matters before we are giving any external force or external some excitation to them, they will be in the neutral condition. If there is addition or subtract or removal of the charge, then only they will gain the positive or negative charge. Thus will differentiate between the polarity of a charge. Okay, so I told you when the substance will be positive if it loses a charge, and when a substance is negative when it gains a charge. Okay, so this is the polarity of the charge. So now let us go to the conductors and insulators. So in your lower classes you have studied what are conductors and insulators. So conductors are nothing but the substance which allow charges through them, flow through them. Allow charges to flow through them. So examples are all the metals. So here copper, silver, gold, okay, aluminium, all these are good conductors of electricity because they allow the charges to pass through them. But as the gold, silver and aluminum are very costly, so we will take always the copper wires for connecting the devices, or in for domestic level, or also in for your purpose to flow for the flow of electricity, we will use the copper wires. And here only I have taken the insulator. So this plastic coating or the PVC which coats the copper wire is nothing but the insulator. Okay, so insulators are nothing but the substances which does not allow the electric charges to flow through them, is known as the insulators. For example, wood. Okay, for example, wood and plastic and glass, fiber. So all these such substances which do not allow the charges to flow through them. But in this chapter we will see the insulators which cause the they do not allow the flow, but for a certain amount of time, so for a certain period of time, the charges will reside on their surface. Okay, so this is about the conductors. So what are conductors? Conductors are the substances which allow the current to pass through them, okay, or flow of charges through them. And what are insulators? Insulators are the substances which do not allow the charges to flow through them. Okay, so thank you.